Tinubu has supported the locals who are now going after bandits in Kwara, in the heart of Benue, in the heart of Plateau, in Enugu, as we saw yesterday, whereby the Enugu unveiled their local vigilantes, who are the new forest guards that will go against any dastard element maiming, raping their woman in Enugu state. Tinubu has given that final support. He has ordered the military. We are reversing all the Buhari policies which talks about rehabilitating, reintegrating anything that looks like bandits. You are expected to shoot them aside. And Tinubu has given a nod that all locals get yourself a dang gun, or you join the local vigilantes within your community, that serving security, the locals must rise, and he will not stop anybody that has the capacity to go after the local vigilantes. Yes, we have seen that in the last 2 weeks there has been so many conversations about state police, and to our surprise, but I'm not surprised, the northern elements, the northern youth, the Arewa youth, the northern adults forums have said not the state police creation will solve this. That what must solve it is the government of the day must continue to what? Pay in some certain amount of money to take these people off the street, and most importantly, if this does not work, they should declare state of emergency, that the Nigerian armies will always intervene, that is way preferable than having locals fight for their own ancestral land and communities. You see, the North will come out with their shenanigans, with their rhetorics, and why I do not understand their problem is, as a local of my community, I am in the best position to protect my people, to protect my what? My lands, okay, that are sacred. I shouldn't have a situation whereby a Fulani elder will go into a farm that I call a forbidden farm or a forbidden forest, but what we see is they set up their covens there, and from that forest, they begin to go into the cities, kidnap people, return back, all right? And when you say you want to go arrest them, you want to go cop them, the Nigerian police or the Nigerian army will tell you, you are going beyond the boundaries. These were the conversations, these were the responses that we had when Buhari was there about 3, 4, 5 years ago, wherein the locals, the local vigilantes were not empowered. The local people were always at the mercy of the Fulani elders. You see, right from the beginning of Tinubu's tenure, the first thing that we heard was from the lips of the Director General of DSS, Ajayi, when he said, you must begin to protect yourself. That the Nigerian police, that the Nigerian security architecture do not have the capacity to protect everybody. That he will even employ the federal government, the Tinubu administration, to please ebony the local people. Let them be able to carry weapons just as the bandits do. You know, let them begin to carry weapons with weapons. That for every territory to be rightfully protected, okay, where we will not have issues, where the Fulanis or the Fulani bandits seems to have the monopoly of violence. If everybody has that weapon, then everybody will respect themselves. These were the words of the DSS Director General, not my word. You see, maybe Tinubu will somehow do things that will continue to push the North so that we can see them for who they are. Tell me what sense does it make whereby you are suffering insecurity? You now have a leader who has said, I support locals going out there to wipe out vigilantes. However, you say you don't want it. This same man, the president, has said, okay, I want to support state police. You came out, you said you do not want state police because you feel that the very day Nigeria begins to practice state police, which is a step in what we call total restructuring, because the very moment you can secure yourself, you become sovereign. You will no longer be under the whims and caprices of the northern Fulani oligarchs and the mercenaries. Okay? Because as of that time, you will able to go into the deep forest of your communities so that you can cleanse the remnants of these elders, unless of course you give them the latitude to stay in there. The very moment that state police gets inaugurated, this open grazing ban that we have seen to be ineffective since the years of Buhari's will become aggressively and effectively, potent, because you won't there move your car in the city of Uromi. You won't dare move your car in the city of Abeokuta, because they will tell you, okay, you have been banned, and you see that the state police, they are wielding AK-47. If you misbehave, they arrest your cow, arrest you. If you do too much, they slaughter your cow and share it to the orphanage. But you won't have the audacity to go and call your Fulani machineries to come and attack. You wouldn't, because you know that if you go, you will meet them with your own match, aura for aura. They will match you with weapon, match you with everything that you think you have in terms of violence. So with that, there will be respect, and everybody will be sent back into their shell. Yes, because these northern mercenaries or marauders are like snails out of their shell, and they are not scared. They are not scared because they believe they can trample on you and nothing will stop them. But they have become so vulnerable, they have become so exposed, they feel they are powerless, helpless, and the voice or the statement, state police scares them. Or scares them. I mean, you have to watch General Musa, listen to what General Musa said, then we'll continue analysis.
When your life is at stake and you have no other means of protecting yourself, you are allowed to fire. When your colleague's life is at stake and there is no way you can stop, you are allowed to fire. And when the community or any infrastructure you are protecting is being destroyed and you have no other means of stopping them, you are allowed to fire. So do.
Welcome back. You can see there, General Musa said, "Oh, the Nigerian armies, we are no longer saying don't shoot at sight." The last time before Buhari left, General Musa went to, I think, Al Jazeera. He said, in accordance to the international wars rules, that even when you might have suffered some, casualties, but when the bandit raises or surrenders, you don't buy him. But from what you heard, do you think that is going to be the situation now? Because he has said, anybody that you see that has destroyed people's homes, it has destroyed people's farms, any bandit that you see, no matter how or what position he thinks he has taken, haven't destroyed these things, lives and properties, shoot him on sight. Or if you feel that this person will come back and harm you, all right, you believe that haven't disarm him, but he has the capacity to return and harm you, what do? Shoot on sight. This is just, let us declare war on all Buhari's policies of rehabilitating Fulani bandits, Boko Harams. This is what the General Musa has openly declared, though stealthily, but when you pay attention to the details, this is a new order of the day, which is fully backed by Tinubu, of course. And this is why you see the North going out there shouting, we are against the police. After that, now they are shouting, General Musa must go, General Musa must be sacked, because it is not their person that is there, not their person, okay, not their own guy. Under Buhari, we all know the chief of army staff, Buratai. We know what they did when they brought in initiative, the agenda. Under the Buratai, we saw how Abuja Kaduna train was derailed by bandits. They arrested over 200 people. These same kidnappers who are Fulani's extractions haven't collected ransom, haven't released the kidnaps. Some months later, the arrested kidnappers were released. I mean, you know, you look at it and then you wonder, what sort of a circle, what kind of a loop is this? Why should a government continue to embolden the bandits? And all of this happened under Buhari. This is how far Buhari just wanted us to go. Like how low he wanted us to just sink. A situation whereby we all would be at the mercy of these kidnappers, these bandits. So that when we want to do anything, we wouldn't have a choice but to negotiate with bandits first. An effort to turn Nigeria to an Afghanistan, where a country will be ruled by non-state actors. But again, I say anything Tinubu thinks is doing for him to have what we call sustainable development and progress, okay, and achievement, of course, he must begin to think in terms of restructuring. Total restructuring, because the North will still return. Yes. If they don't return in 2027, they will return in 2031. So these orders shoot on sight. All right? These orders, locals should begin to protect themselves that Tinubu has given and supported. If it does not restructure, it will not be sustained. Yes. Because in the South, right there to the Middle Belt, everybody is ready to protect themselves. But in the North, they still want the Nigerian army to do that. That's it. They still want the Nigerian army to do that. And for that reason, they are against state police and local police. Okay? Because they know that their boys who will go to other territories to misbehave will not get that welcoming treatment. But in that corner, they believe, well, these are our people, we cannot be going after my own brothers. Some mothers in the corner understand that their sons is into banditry. They know. The last time I read the news whereby they said these Fulani bandits, whenever they go for robbery, operations, attack, some of them will take spoils of the war and go deliver to their mothers. Right there in Borno State. So it is not something that is not being supported by the parents. The mothers, the fathers. I mean, didn't we see where they were even celebrating with bandits in the North? They were taking selfie with them, like snapping with them, like they were celebrities. So you will see why they will always not want to support something that will protect your interest as against them. They know that a local police will only entail of a Yoruba man in the Yoruba land, and they will be speaking the Yoruba language. They will know how they will signal themselves when saboteurs come into the land with the capacity to wield AK-47. I bet who born any marauder, you they call yourself Fulani Eda or bandit or whatever, terrorist, Boko Haram. Say you want which formation you want? You want Sabi my territory pass me? You wouldn't. You can't. Who born you? So they will forever be against it because they know we're not going to feel waka about anyhow. Oh. I know good forest guard that I saw what they were carrying is still pump action. The government should immediately give them AK. I swear in 3 months, the whole of Nigeria will be at peace. No issues. No issues. You see what they did in Borno? About 60-something people were pied. Why do you think Zulum is not shouting, Tinubu, give me state police? Tinubu, I mean, who should be at the forefront calling for what? State police if it is not the North? Instead, Professor Zulum went to the families, share his condolence. What is the action that ought to be taken? Not you sharing condolence, not you giving the families of the disease 2 million, 5 million. That is not what they need. What they sincerely need is state local policing, period, and demand for that. Over 60 something people were killed by these elders, these Boko Harams. One family, let's say you want to give one family 5 million, that means you'll be spending approximately over 330 million. That 330 million will finance state police, pay their salaries, give them good wages. At least if you recruit over 1,000 of them, you distribute them to what? To the odd zones in Borno there. You give them the AK. Over 1,000, if you are paying them at least 200,000 naira per month, my brother, or let's say 150,000 naira per month, they'll have free housing, they have farms where they can farm to, with their wives to be. In fact, they'll just have what we call the Borno State Police, residential quarters, a vast land whereby they can do many things. They can farm, their children will go to free school, they have access to free Medicare. My brother, they go protect that Borno to the core. You will be surprised that 300, but you see, they will not, because they are not thinking within their own limits. They are thinking that we must have the capacity to plant insecurity in the other part of this country so that they can be scared of us at every point in time. That is their agenda, so that people will always be scared. They are coming for us. The Fulanis are here. That fear mongering that they put on people is how they want to retain their relevance. They know that. Oh God. But I hope that this man Tinubu will not at any point in time fold. Okay, I hope he will have the capacity to implement it. I hope he will have the capacity to see it through, because the locals are ready. The only thing they need now is let them have AK-47. The General Musa is already stating it, and I believe it will get there. It will get there. Whether the North like it or not, the state police has come to stay. We must protect ourselves locally by our local men and women of valor. We must be protected by our local men and women. Yes, when we have external threats, yes, the army can come, but these ones are internal saboteurs. Never heard before wherein some elements will come all the way from the north and they'll come to your own town and be holding you hostage. It has never been heard before in the history of Nigeria. You come into my palace, into my village, and you come to hold me hostage. And some people are saying we are living in a country called one Nigeria. No. Well, I hope Tinubu has the capacity, has the audacity, he has the courage, everything to do what he ought to do. Because, my brother, the way to go against insecurity, against the northern hegemony, is to have state police, is to have a total restructuring, and indeed have what we call a true federal, state. Otherwise, I'm sorry, we might have to what? Be kowtowing to the whims and caprices of the north. If you're just joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.
The Fulani man favors his cow than a human being. That's the mentality. He doesn't have land, he doesn't have everything. He thinks is his cow. So to him, when you kill his cow, it's like you've killed him. And in his own kind of ideas, he thinks taking revenge on humans. And that's why those are the issues we're saying. Now, what happens? We have a lot of youths from the native. Both the Fulani have criminals that are youths that are criminals. The natives have youths that are criminal. Now, what they do is that those guys work together. We have the natives that also have their headers. They have animals with the Fulanis. The native criminals, youths, will go and rustle their own fellow native cows and give it to the Fulani criminals. Those ones will go and sell, or the Fulani criminals will go and rustle and give these ones to go and sell. So it is a business. That is what they are doing from within. And the issue is that, yes, once you do this, these guys are going to come to want to take revenge, because the Fulani man thinks once you take his eye, it's like you are killing him. He's coming. They will run away. When they run away, who gets killed? Women and children and elderly.
So you see, it is, and then now bitterness has come into the issues. Now it has become a ting tong, and because we try as much. What they do normally is once they see where here is defended, they look for any isolated village and just attack it
as a revenge.
as a revenge. The idea is that they've killed somebody.